All right, before we do that, we'll bring in Florida Congressman Scott Franklin. Congressman, good to see you, and thanks so much for coming on. A lot to get to here. I want to play this, and we touched upon this, the president only sitting down with one reporter at one news network. Here is that ABC News interview and how the president viewed the handling of the Afghan crisis.
I don't think it could have been handled in a way that we're going to go back in hindsight and look, but the idea that somehow there's a way to have gotten out without chaos ensuing, I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that happened.
So for you, that was always priced into the decision?
Yes.
He doesn't know how that would happen. Chaos was inevitable, essentially. Congressman, your thoughts?
Well, if he thinks that's not a possibility, then it just shows that he's not up to the job of being commander-in-chief. It was absolutely a possibility. We should have planned for it. And clearly a month ago, he felt that was not, he thought it wasn't a possibility when it looks like all the intelligence was showing that it was.
And you could pass the buck off, if you'd like, to General Milley. But General Milley said this about not having intelligence, that there would be a rapid fall of the country. Here's General Milley.
The time frame of a rapid collapse, that was widely estimated and ranged from weeks to months and even years following our departure. There was nothing that I or anyone else saw that indicated a collapse of this Army and this government in 11 days.
Congressman, I'll get your thoughts on that. You know, you think a viewer at home has enough intel to know that if you pull the security, which would be the troops, out first and leave American citizens there under Taliban, there is going to be issue. What intel did they not have?
Well, we're going to have those hearings. We're going to find that information out. But no matter what your timeline is, a civilian withdrawal should have come before the troops. And, you know, we'll get all these answers quickly enough.
What do you think needs to happen at this point? Would you say that heads need to roll? Or Secretary of Defense, Secretary of State, NSA Jake Sullivan, President Biden, who needs to take responsibility for what we're seeing in this chaos in Afghanistan when it comes to the withdrawal?
Well, we need to find out if the intelligence was actually sound or not, and then what our military leaders did with that intelligence. But at the end of the day, President Biden is the captain of the ship, and he's run the ship aground. He's ultimately responsible regardless of what he was or wasn't told by his leaders. So he bears full responsibility for this. And this notion that we don't have the capability of getting people out, hearing Secretary Austin say that just is disgusting to me. We absolutely have the capability. We fought our way into that country before, and we can do it again if we have to. But no matter what, we have got to get our American citizens out of there.
Right now, it's reported that there could possibly be, according to President Biden, 15,000 American citizens still in Afghanistan wanting to get out. AP reports tens of thousands of Afghans wanting to get out. Clearly, that situation is still unfolding. The mission is a go until August 31st. So they're still in the thick of it. I want to ask about something you touched upon, which would be an investigation. They have a committee to investigate what happened on January 6th. Do you see an investigation into how the withdrawal is being handled, and what can you tell me about that?
Absolutely. And I am encouraged. This is a bipartisan issue. We are all extremely frustrated on both sides of the aisle. This is the kind of thing that America can't afford, not only in Afghanistan, but it sets the tone for how we're viewed by our allies and our adversaries around the world. We cannot further bungle this any more than it has, but it's been disastrous on so many levels.
Congressman, we appreciate the time weighing in on this. Congressman Scott Franklin of Florida, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Still ahead, how